We welcome you to the Under Armour All-America Football Game, presented by American Family Insurance. It's the 11th annual edition of this postseason All-Star Game. Team Spotlight, Team Highlight from Camping World Stadium in Orlando. We will see the finest high school players from across this country and even beyond here in Central Florida.
Especially with the news of Saquon Barkley announcing he will head to the NFL. They've got Miles Sanders, but to add Slade to the mix, that's big.
Slade has popped here, lost the football after a strong run. It's a turnover on the second play. Team Highlight with the takeaway. Sevyn Banks, the Ohio State signee, picked up the loose ball.
When you talk about putting a hat on the ball, B.J. Foster, 25, comes in, and that is a clinic tackle, folks. That's a safe tackle, leads with the shoulder, hat goes to the ball, in a big play defensively to start this game off. And got his chance as a full-time quarterback this senior year, and really, really talented with a high upside.
Here's Maurice Washington breaking free, and Washington bowls his way into the end zone. 20-yard run for this young man, an uncommitted running back from Cedar Hill, Texas, and Dion loves it. Look at Primetime celebrating.
Whoever the get-back coach was for Team Highlight, he failed miserably.
He is fired.
Here's Elijah Moore. Moore's going to get back some good yardage for Team Spotlight near midfield. Nice kick return for a young man who flipped from Georgia to Ole Miss during the early signing period. Might be tougher to get your timing down with a short week of practice in this All-Star game, but West converts here for a 3rd and 10 completion. There is Xavier Williams, the Alabama signee, 16 yards for the number 3 athlete in the country. 10th play of this drive for Team Highlight. Thompson-Robinson taking an end zone shot. He's got it. It's Washington again.
Wow.
The question is where, Anthony?
I'd like to thank my family, friends, all my coaches for supporting me. But at this time, I'll be committing to Auburn University.
That announcement brought to you by Under Armour. What was it about Auburn, Anthony?
It's just, I feel like that's the best school for me to succeed in both football and track. And I feel like they're doing good things out there.
10th ESPN 300 prospect in the class. They had 9 last year. There's a may the Schwartz be with AU joke in there, but I would never say that. Are we excited, Mom?
Yes, I'm very proud of him.
All right, very good. Congratulations. Thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you.
You always want as many good players on your roster as you can.
Gatewood taken down. Pressure came off the edge. An excellent defensive line in this game, and Brenton Cox got him. He is headed to Georgia. Number 5 defensive end in the class with a sack. Georgia taking down Auburn. Gatewood again in trouble, and again down he goes. Brenton Cox in on the play again. Back-to-back sacks for the young man who flipped from Ohio State to Georgia as part of the early signing period.
Yeah, he is long, he's athletic, all of the physical skills are there. His best friend in the first 15 to 18 months of his college career is going to be the strength coach. And if he really, really gets in there and lives in there, he's going to be a monster in the front.
Team Highlight football to begin this second half with a lead of 13-0 for Team Highlight. And who else but Maurice Washington, the game breaker for the first half, bouncing his way across the 30-yard line. Maurice Washington is the star, and a night full of them here in Orlando. In the class, a captain on this Team Highlight team with a grab. Now back inside, and that's number 3 for Maurice Washington. He started this drive with a kick return of 65. He punctuates it with a run of 2. But recovered by the offensive tackle, Nick Petit-Frere. Adrian Martinez, Nebraska signee at quarterback. Down he goes. He did lurch across the line of scrimmage. And it was Brenton Cox who has a couple of sacks in the game. That one for no gain.
A nice job. You see Cox right there at the bottom of the screen, getting good push, staying after it. And as Martinez tries to step up in the pocket, just comes off and finishes the play.
ESPN 300 prospect Nik Bonnito. Time for another announcement brought to you by American Family Insurance. Sorry, we've been shivering up here on the set, but he is down to Louisville, Oklahoma, and Texas. What's in the bag? Where are we headed?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to all the coaches that recruited me. My parents, friends, family, you know, everybody. But I come to the conclusion that I wanted to spend the next 3 to 4 years at the University of Oklahoma.
Nik Bonnito heading to Norman. What was it about Oklahoma?
You know, Coach Riley's really building something special over there. And just to be a part of that is just a blessing itself. And I can't wait to be in Norman for the next 3 to 4 years.
Eliminated from the college football playoff, but all is not lost for Oklahoma. Nik Bonnito, an ESPN 300 from the state of Florida, just the third of that variety from the state of Florida to commit and sign with Oklahoma. Guys, back up to you.
Disappointing. You got to be smart in your play, control your temper.
So Martinez sets up the screen. Ricky Slade into the end zone. Team spotlight on the board. Slade, the second-ranked running back in the country, with a dart of 14 off the screen pass.
We're Matchick here at Announcement Central. Are we ready for this, family? Okay, here we go. Anything to stay warm. Clap those hands. All right, Jayson Oweh, it's between Ohio State and Penn State. Where are you headed?
First off, I just want to thank God. He made everything possible. I also want to thank my parents for putting me in the best position to succeed. I want to thank my coach for showing me the game and everything. But after careful consideration, I'll be spending the next 4 years at Penn State.
Penn State wins the Big Ten battle for Jayson Oweh. He did not play high school football until 2016. Just 2 years into your football career. Why Penn State here?
It was family. It felt like the right thing to do, and we're winning it all next year.
He's already calling his shot at Penn State. 13th ESPN 300 commitment in this class for Penn State. They had never signed more than 9 in a single class. Guys?
Now after the early signing period? Absolutely. I think the intensity on those players that still remain is going to certainly be turned up.
Here's a breakaway for Matthew Hill, another Auburn verbal. Matthew Hill, down he goes across the 30, tripped up from behind. Alante Taylor might have just saved a touchdown.
Class at one point in time that also include Justin Fields.
Gatewood, end zone. He needed somebody to make a play, and he gets it from Xavier Williams. Finally, a big one reeled in, 31 for the Alabama signee, and Team Spotlight is back within a score. He won a field goal kicking competition that ended with a 61-yarder. This from 26, and it is true.
Showed the range, though, of Foster.
Well, Ross is okay after taking that absolute lick. Gatewood will air it out once more. Contact to the end zone. Foster is down there for the interception. B.J. Foster just coughed up the football on the return. We've got a flag down. We've got an interception, and we've got to sort out this fumble.
Boy, while this fumble is being sorted out, Joey Gatewood could have ran that football for a considerable amount of yardage, Craig.
He's got a strong arm, but didn't step into it, really threw it off of 1 foot and led to the interception.
And Team Spotlight has recovered the fumble. Here's Matthew Hill, who had that 15-yard penalty earlier in the game. Great job chasing down Foster and knocking the ball out.
What a great play. So he redeems himself.
Who forced the fumble is in the game at running back. Gatewood will keep it and find the end zone. Joey Gatewood up and away for a Spotlight 6.
When you're looking at physical stature, if you're just making that assessment, That's exactly what it looks like. Exactly. In terms of height, weight, athleticism, skill.
Boys, how about a successful onside kick for Spotlight down 2? That was Al Blades Jr. jumping on the kick for McPherson. It is Spotlight football.
Really nice job of Blades of keeping it inbounds and then ultimately scooping it up for the newest addition to the Ohio State class.
West is hit and dropped. Second sack for Iyabi Anoma.
And watch the get off here by Anoma at first step. Outstanding.
This looks like it'll be the final play on 4th and 16. West incomplete.